rigged, man, it's time to break free. Eyes wide open, gotta see what I see. Standing on the front lines, fighting for the truth. Lift the veil of lies, it's time to be the proof. Take a stand, don't you back down. Raise your voice, let's shake the town. We're the voices that won't be ignored. Breaking chains, yeah, we're ready for war. With the power of the people, we'll make them see a world of justice, united and free. United and free. United and free. Marching with a purpose, we're taking it higher. Fighting through the struggle, igniting the fire. No more silence, we'll make the noise loud. Together in this battle, standing strong and proud. Injustice fades when courage aligns. Rise up together, break the confines. We're the voices that won't be ignored. Breaking chains, yeah, we're ready for war. With the power of the people, we'll make them see a world of justice, united and free. United and free. United and free. So rise up now, it's our time to shine. Together we'll write a new paradigm. You paradigm, you paradigm. Whoa, whoa. We're the voices that won't be ignored. Breaking chains, yeah, we're ready for war. With the power of the people, we'll make them see.
So when we stopped yesterday, you were talking to us about, enough about people's sports not here. What happened immediately after, yes.
Slide that mic over slightly. I know it's kind of hard to hear.
I'm not sure, but it says, check connection. There's,
Let me see if this works.
I can start if we can get the tech person.
Alex, when you get Mark up here.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, there's a red light on the side. Is it supposed to be green if it's?
I'm not sure. Normally, the issue is just that it's not turned on, but I know it turned on because there was a box that popped up.
All right, we'll have, Mark is the computer, the audio visual. We'll have him come up and take a moment. But in the interim, can we get started?
Absolutely. So, we were talking about as the defendant was walking away from this parking lot, you said you looked over and you saw 12E putting a knife in his pocket, and then 12E walked after the defendant. Are you with me there?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I want to pick up today. You said at the end of your testimony yesterday, you talked about this being a white flag situation, and then you said that you were screaming out how Rocky had failed us. Do you recall that?
Yes.
What did you mean when you said that?
Like meaning.
What did you say?
I was just like, said something about 12B, I said something about bills, I said something about just overall the crew.
Can you say the words that you said to the best of your
I
relative?
don't really remember because
You don't remember
I
any of
don't
the
wanna
words?
lie. I don't wanna I just remember just 3 years ago. Like, if
you
I
don't
look at my
remember-
statement,
If you
I
don't remember word for word,
I don't wanna
okay, just
yeah.
give us the sum and substance.
When you said, I said something about 12E, do you remember at all what it was that you were talking about? I understand. you
Probably
might
the
not-
content of him like not having motion no more, like, you know what I mean? Because the whole thing was that I think the complex con, I don't think they even seen Rocky or did anything, to be honest. 12 was complaining about the dude, you know what I mean? Like 2 days prior when I seen him. So it was like, people wasn't happy.
When you say, did you say not having motion?
Yeah, but that's not his fault. It's kind of like,
No, Mr. Ephron, I'm just trying to understand, I just didn't catch the word. I wasn't sure if you said motion or emotion. You said not having motion, correct?
yeah, so I'm telling him he's not what it seems to be. Like it's not, you're not, like Instagram is just fake. Like you're back, you work construction, you went on tour for 6 years. Like,
Okay.
I don't get it.
Were these some of the things that you were saying about 12E as
Yeah,
you were
because
walking
we're a
down the
brother,
street?
we're supposed to be
Okay,
lifting
hold
each
on, you
other
both
up.
can't talk at the same time. Ask the question again.
You wanna just-
Oh, okay, hold on, time. Mark, the monitor, the monitor over here, can't get it to work. These are all on C. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Can you take a look, please? Yeah. So you can get it to work.
Can you see it on your screen, sir?
No, yeah.
You know, if worse comes to worse, you can use mine and I'll just look at the whole screen. can't get that film, Howard.
I said it helps with the mystery, mine went out too.
A sense of either the kinds of things you were saying or the tone that you were saying things with.
It's pretty much naming the whole, like, what's the question again?
What were the kinds of things you were saying about 12?
I was just saying, like, towards Rocky.
Towards
Or
12.
towards 12.
Let's start with 12 first.
I was kind of talking towards, like, Rocky, though, but after 12, but I was just like, he's not, like, what he's supposed to be. Bills is not what he's supposed to be, but that's not me saying that it was his problem. It was like, you got the foundation, you want to hold the rock, you know what I mean?
When you say not his problem, who are you talking about?
Rockies, but I said it because he's the one that's got all of us there for his shows, this and that, they're not giving credit when credit's due. So it's like, you know what I mean? When you go down the line, like what I said yesterday, it's only Ari, Ferg, and Rocky who's really successful. But when you really look at it, it's a lot of ASAP members. That's not his fault, but it's like you give credit when credit's due. So that's pretty much what I was saying.
Okay. The comments that you were making about 12, were they negative comments about him?
I wouldn't say negative. I mean, yeah, like truthful, kind of, not truthful.
I mean, were you saying, have you said in the past that one of the things you said about 12 is that he went on tour with the defendant for 8 or 9 years, but he was still living in the projects?
I don't know if he personally was living in the projects, but I
No,
know he
did
went
you
back.
say
Yeah, I
that?
said that, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And about ills, I mean, would you agree that that statement about 12E is not a positive statement?
No,
Oh, you would not agree?
I would agree, it's not positive, yeah.
Okay. And the statement that you were making about ills, do you remember the words that you said?
I just said he's a crackhead,
Okay.
like, he's not like, but nothing like,
Would you also agree that's not a positive comment to make about ills?
yeah, I agree.
Would you, were you directing your comments at the defendant, or were you saying each of these things to 12E and to ills directly?
I was just saying, in general, like, everybody, we're right next to each other, everybody can hear, you know what I mean? It was just trying to like still back me up, like, yo, chill, you know?
Okay. I believe you said yesterday at the end that you were trying to verbally express how you feel. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because I felt like I'm never gonna see Rocky again due to the circumstances, so I'm just gonna let him know how I feel.
Can you explain that to the jury more? When you say, I know I'm never gonna see Rocky again, what does that mean?
I mean, the circumstances, the situation that happened. Like, why would we ever see each other? You know what I mean? So I felt like I didn't want him to go back and then talk about it and everybody just laugh and think, oh, Rocky just pulled the gun on Rel, shot at, well, before then, because he didn't shoot yet, but pulled the gun on Rel and made this big scene, you know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, I know him for 15 years. I know everybody over there, just about 15 years, not Jamel, but it was, I know, for like 15 years.
I believe you said yesterday that when you went into this, what you called linking up with him, it was to repair things with him, right?
Yeah.
After he pulled the gun on you, how were you feeling at that point?
I mean, he grabbed me first, so that everything, all bets is off the table. Like, I'm thinking, what are we doing here? Like, you know what I mean?
How are you feeling now?
Like, what you mean?
How are you feeling after having this, after he pulled this gun on you?
Oh, I was like mad. I was like, I can't believe this just happened. You know what I mean?
And was there anything else about the presence of Ills and 12E being there that contributed to you being mad?
No, like them being there, like just got me mad, meaning?
Yeah. Did that change anything, the fact that the two of them came?
No, not at all.
All right. At that moment, immediately after the gun was first pointed at you, as the defendant is walking away, did you have any animosity towards Ills?
No, I never had a problem with it.
I believe you said that both you and Ills then walked down the street following after the defendant, but the two of you were walking together, correct?
I mean, it wasn't really following nobody. I'm just talking. We're all walking together. You know what I mean?
But you're headed in the same direction
Yeah,
that he's
down
headed.
Argyle, yes.
And he's ahead of you, correct?
Yes.
All right. So as the defendant got to the street, the street corner at the end of Argyle, where did he go?
I think he made a left on that street. He made a left.
Do you remember the name of the street?
No, I'm not from
Okay. And when he made a left, where did he go from there?
He kept going straight till he got about to the street, to the end of the street corner. Like where the stop sign is at.
Were you still behind him at that point?
Yeah,
Still walking in the same direction that he was walking?
yeah.
Now, from what you've described, going down to the end of the street, making the left, and going all the way to the stop sign, at that point, you knew he had a gun, correct?
Yeah, I think he had a gun.
He had just shown it to you.
Yes.
And was it that entire walk, that entire time that you were expressing to him how you feel?
Yes.
In what you already described as an angry tone or an elevated tone?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Why would you follow behind someone that you know is armed with a gun and verbally tell them how you feel in the way that you did?
I told you already because I felt like I would never see him again. And I felt like since he put it away and on a busy street in Hollywood, like he's definitely not gonna shoot this shit. I mean, shoot it.
So you, at that moment, did not believe that he would shoot you? That
No,
person?
no.
Yeah. Did you believe at that moment that he would shoot you?
What do you mean? Can you say it again?
The way that I asked the question before was a double negative, so your answer's not clear. So I just want to ask it a different way. Did you believe at that moment that he would shoot you?
At what moment when I'm walking with him?
When he's first walking away and you're walking in the same direction that he's walking?
No. Well, I don't know. To be honest, I wasn't thinking straight at that moment. I had a lot on my mind. I just wanted to get what was on my chest off.
Do you think you would have reacted differently in this situation had that been a stranger that first pulled on you?
What do you mean?
Meaning, if a stranger pulled a gun on you, do you think you'd walk after them and essentially?
No, because I have no business. I mean, I got away from a life-threatening situation. But in that situation, I felt like maybe he put the gun away, and seeing Jamel with the knife, it furthered me wanting to say what was on my chest.
Okay. When you got to the area where the stop sign was that you described, you made the left turn, you walked to the stop sign, that's what you said, right?
Yes,
Who was the first person that got to where the stop sign was?
Rocky,
And then who was the next person?
Jamel.
And then after that?
It was basically me and it was kind of.
And when you got to the stop sign area with Ills, what was the next thing that happened?
I'm still talking, but then I see Rocky turn around. Can I explain what happened?
Yeah.
So I see Rocky turn around. When he turned around, he was like, kind of looked like a movie. The whole thing looked like a movie, like, you know what I mean? So he kind of like pointed down and shot the first shot. When he shot the first shot, I felt my hand hot. So I grabbed Hills, used him as a shield. He's going around trying to shoot me between the Hills. 12B is off to the side. I'm not really worrying about him. I'm just trying to like not get hit at this point.
You said, as you were saying that he had the gun out, you had your right arm extended about shoulder high. Is that-
Yeah, because he kind of like, when he turned around, he kind of like his back was turned, like it was like, it was kind of like just you turn around, the gun's there, you kind of jumped when he shot, and kind of shot down, like, you know what I'm saying?
The gun that he was holding, did it look like the same gun that he pulled on you at the parking lot?
Yeah.
And when you say he shot down, what do you mean by that?
Like, I mean, like it was kind of like this. It wasn't like, I don't know, be pointing at you, but it wasn't like aiming at you. It was kind of like that. So he, like I said, it was like a movie kind of like, boom, and then like just running around trying to like get me.
Okay, the motion he made with his arm, Your Honor.
Describe it.
Yeah, so he had his arm extended out, and then as he was saying shot down, he lifted his arm up to about head high, and then had his pointer finger sort of pointed forward but in a downward trajectory.
Hand was higher than this.
Well, I don't really remember, but from what like, it was more like, it was fast. He turned around, and then it was like, boom. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
not like,
Okay. You said that as he shot the gun the first time, you said your hand felt hot, correct?
yeah,
Where on your hand felt hot?
my left hand.
Where?
Left hand. Just right above my knuckles. Like my knuckles is right here, up below my knuckles. So it's right here. And if I was to fall, you would see other injuries on that picture from that day from my knuckles and all around here. That's why You know what I'm saying?
So,
Like,
okay, yeah, I just have to, when you point this out, I have to describe it.
so my knuckle, my
What
hand,
he's
I
pointing
still
to,
got the
Your Honor,
mark from that day.
what he's pointing to are the middle knuckles on his left hand. Kind of, he has his hand sort of curled and going across.
Yeah, right there. So it's
Hold on. Both can't talk at the same time. So it's wait, go ahead.
I think I was done. He motioned with his right hand across his left hand, middle knuckles.
Ask another question.
You said that you then, got behind Hills, correct?
I dashed to him. Like I ran to him and then just grabbed him.
How did Hills react to this?
Oh, he was like petrified. He was screaming. After he literally said, "You could have got me killed." And I said, "What? You came with him?"
Wait, I want to stay right at that moment though. I don't want to jump ahead. So right at that moment, you're saying he was petrified, correct?
Petrified.
Physically, what did he do? Did he move at all?
He was petrified. I grabbed him and he's like screaming, "No, no, no." And I'm using him every which way.
When you say petrified though, is he moving at all or is he standing still?
Yeah, he's trying to move. And then he dropped his body.
Okay. And were you intentionally trying to position Hills between you
Oh
and the
yeah.
defendant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody that would have been there, I would have did that, especially if you came with him.
And then, Welby or Jamel, what did he do?
I don't know because I'm too busy grabbing ills. I don't really see what 12 is. He's off to the side. I see him off to the side the whole time, but I don't really know what's going on. I don't even see them running off really. Like, I'm still dealing like with ills literally telling me I could have got him killed while I'm just running off.
Right, again, I don't wanna jump ahead, I wanna stay right at the moment when the shots are fired. Are you saying as the defendant fires the first shot, you then move around to Hills, you're not paying attention to 12, so you're not entirely sure what he did?
No, I'm not really sure what 12 was doing.
Okay, then after the first gunshot, what did you see the defendant do? Physically, what did he do with his body?
Oh, he's running up and he shot again.
What does running up mean?
Like he's
towards him?
running and shooting, like he's trying to like find, he's trying to look for a way to shoot. Because if I wasn't grabbing the ills, I mean,
Did he physically come closer to you?
yeah, he got
And
close.
you're saying,
The whole time it was close, but he got really close.
you were saying that he was trying to move motion around Hills, correct?
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna move to the video again.
Is this a new exhibit or?
No, same exhibit, it is People's 15.
15?
Your Honor, what I have on the screen is the file that's labeled Sequence Surveillance Video from People's 15. I have it right now on the video player at the bottom. It's paused at 31 seconds into this video file, and it stopped there. Mr. Ephron, do you see the larger video in the background?
Yes.
Mostly gray.
Yes.
Do you recognize that area that we're looking at there?
Other than that day, no.
All right, I'm talking specifically about that day. Can you orient yourself on what you're seeing from that part of the video?
I mean, to the far right, that's where the curb is at. That's where the curb is at, and the stop sign where like the incident happened.
Can you point to it with the pointer?
So pretty much we walked right here, and Rocky got to like right around.
Keep your voice up.
I said we got to like right here, and then as soon as like he got into the street around right here, that's when the shooting took place.
Okay, I would say he's pointing to the top left-hand corner, in where the street area is that we can see. Okay.
Right, that is across from that orange wall barricade there, where that is.
Second.
Sure. All right, I'm gonna play the video and then I'll go back and ask some more questions about it. All right, start trying to watch. All right, I'm gonna pause it at 55 seconds. Go back. I'll ask you some questions. So let's start at the beginning, Mr. Ephron. I know it's gonna be hard to see from here, but from taking you back to that night, you see the person that we can see best at the top left-hand corner, kind of in the middle of that street. You see that person?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Rocky.
Okay. There's another individual.
Well, the red jacket.
Okay, let me just finish the question though, because the court reporter has to take everything down. So that would be just above him and maybe just slightly to the left. There's another person there. You're saying that's Jamel?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And then you and Ills, at this moment, are the two of you at the street corner?
I don't know, it's kind of blurry.
That's
Yeah, I
fair.
can't really see if that's a hydrant or like people that can't really see.
That's fair. Let me play it forward a little bit, if you could watch them. But with that, as your memory from that day, would that be the area that you recall being at?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna play it forward just a little. Did you see the movement of those two people that I was pointing to just a few seconds ago?
Wait, go back.
Sure. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Was one of those individuals you,
Yes.
and the other one was Hills?
Yes.
And what motion did you see yourself take on the video?
Like running towards those.
Okay, would you have been farther to the left-hand side of the screen just slightly?
Yeah, I'm on the left. Those would be on the right.
And, okay, then you go back just a little, start again at 35 seconds. The person that we see moving forward, is that still the defendant?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like running around L's at that point while Rocky's like, it's like a circle. Everything's
Okay.
happening like a circle.
I'm gonna go back and restart at about 35 seconds. Can you focus, anytime I'm gonna ask you to focus on the person who said was 12 feet, and tell us where you see that person go, okay? All right, and I'm pausing it at 42 seconds. Where did you see 12 feet go?
He ran across the wall.
Okay, I have paused here at 42 seconds. Would it be this person here?
Yeah. Yes.
And do you remember what this area was at all? I know it's been
No idea. No idea.
Okay. But was there a wall here? Is that what this
Yeah.
white object
Yes.
is? All right. Did he make that motion right as the gunshot started happening?
Yes, he did.
I'm gonna play it forward. And I'm gonna stop it at 50 seconds. If you need me to go back, I will, but did you see what you and Ills were doing at that part that I just played? That's short.
I'm gonna go back, I was looking at Jamel still.
No, that's fine. Started back at 47 seconds. Oh, hold on, go back a little farther. Started at 42 seconds. Stop it at 51. Did you see what the two of you were doing?
Yeah, so after Ills dropped his body, I probably was just looking to see where he was before I just run off or continue back down like Hollywood where I was at before.
Okay. When you say Ills dropped his body, what do you mean by that?
Like he physically just dropped, like his weight.
Did you do anything to push him to the ground?
No, no,
Did you strike him?
no, of course not.
Did you throw any punches towards him?
No.
So, are you describing him essentially dropping his body to try to get away from you? Because you're trying to hold him?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Did you personally go to the ground as he dropped his body?
Yeah, as he dropped. So I like kind of dropped with him. You could see me like almost dropped, but looking back to see, kind of.
All right. And then fair to say at that point, that's when the defendant was running
Yeah,
away
you could
from
see Jamel like pushing him away at that point.
All right, I'm gonna play another video file. All right, Your Honor, this video file is called combined surveillance video.
Part of 15?
Yes, on the same drive. And right now I have it paused at 46 seconds. Mr. Ephron, would you agree this appears to be the same camera angle?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna play it forward. And I'll pause it in a second. I'm gonna pause it at 54 seconds. Does this look like a zoomed in version of that, in that area where you're describing this interaction happened?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna play the video forward from here. I'll ask you some questions. Okay, I'm gonna stop it at 1 minute, 16 seconds. I wanna go back to ask you a few follow-up questions.
I'm sorry, could you just identify what exhibit this is?
It's 15.
Blown up,
The video is called combined surveillance video. So if you wanna see, there's,
not the sequence.
there's sequence, there's combined, and then there's the 3 files.
They're all part of it.
Yes.
This one's combined surveillance. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Starting at about 50 seconds. Zooms in. Again, just so we're all on the same page of who we're talking about, where it's paused at 55 seconds here, this individual here in the sort of in the middle of the street area, that's the defendant, correct?
Yes.
The person just to the left of him and slightly above him?
Jamel.
Okay. And then it's hard to see where you and Ills would be, but would you agree you'd be?
Wait, both can't talk at the same time.
That's okay. you'd be towards the left here, more closer to the corner of the street, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to play it forward and, I'm gonna pause it at 1 minute and 2 seconds. Can you make out, which person you are, Mr. Ephron?
Right here, in this picture?
Yeah, where it's paused here at 1 minute and 2
I know one
seconds.
with the white Air Forces, it's really hard to tell what the white Air Force is. Oh, I can see it better on here than on the big screen for some reason. On here, over here looks way better.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm in this figure, whatever this is right here, but on here you can actually see it more.
Can you actually see on your back, Mr. Ephron, the design that was on the back of your sweatshirt?
Yes.
Okay. In that video, can you point to where the design is? If you can see it on the big screen.
White.
So it's say right in the middle of the top of the where the image is paused on.
To be precise, it looks like a white circle on one line.
Okay. And I'll play this video over to here. And I'm gonna stop it at 1 minute and 14 seconds. At this point, have you and Ills separated from each other?
Yes.
And why did you let him go at that point?
Because I've probably seen Rocky running off already.
Okay. You described the first shot, the motion the defendant made with his hand as he shot the first shot. Was the second shot any different from that?
I don't know at that point. I'm ducking.
You weren't really paying attention to
So
him?
no, I just was really just trying to grab those.
Okay. 1 second. Do you recall, I'm going to show you Equals 7. Do you recognize that area at all?
Yeah,
And what is that area?
that's what happened.
Okay. Where the two shots were fired, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You say yes?
Yes.
When the shots were first fired, can you point for the jury to a spot that is near where you were on that street?
I was coming down here, and I probably got to around right here, I believe, and Rocky was like right here,
Okay.
and then it got like around, then it got all around this area kind
You know, Your Honor, actually, I think what may be easier, I'm gonna have him just mark on the photograph itself. This is People 7. Let's do, for you, can you put an X where you would be when the first shot would happen?
of, probably hop off the curb a little, but I would say like right here.
Okay, and then do a triangle for where the defendant was. Okay, thank you. Back up. Okay, a little better. The X you made is right here, correct?
Yes.
And fair to say that it was closer to the curb,
Yes.
and where you're describing was right by the corner, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And then the triangle that you made for the defendant is here more in the middle of the street on Vista Del Mar, correct?
Yes.
Okay. the defendant was shooting at you, was it your belief that the gun that you were using was a real gun or a fake gun?
Can you say that again?
Yeah, did you believe as the defendant was shooting at you that you were shooting a real gun or a fake gun?
Oh, it was a real gun.
And what led you to believe that it was a real gun?
I mean, I was hit. I was hit.
Is there anything else about it?
Want to know the difference between, I mean, I don't know how would you, somebody shooting at you, I don't know how to answer that, kind of.
Okay, sir.
And I wasn't, like, I was grazed, I wasn't hit, I didn't have a hole through my hand or nothing. It was like, that's what it was, you know.
At the moment that he first started firing at you, what would you estimate would be the distance between the two of you? And if it's easier to point to something in the courtroom, you can do that.
On the first shooting,
Yes.
probably like where I'm at from where you at, probably, I guess. Or a little bit further, I don't know.
Distance, you mean where Mr. Grislovich's standing?
Yeah.
It's approximately 15 feet from you.
Okay. By the time he fired the second shot, what was the
Probably a
distance?
little further, like a little, it was, yeah, around there.
Sorry, which shot were you talking about?
The first one, it was like 15 to like 15, like around there, yeah. A couple years ago.
You said on the second shot that he moved a little closer to you. What would you estimate would be the distance at that point?
Oh, he was right up on us. I'm saying us because it was me and Ills. And I thought it was a bunch of shots because I'm just trying to like, you literally just duck underneath Ills, do whatever. Which way he was going, I'm putting Ills towards him.
How many shots did you believe that he fired at you?
At the time, I believe it was 3 or 4.
In fact, when you reported this to the police, how many shots did you tell them that he fired at you?
I believe 3 or 4.
And did you tell that to multiple police officers?
I did.
Was there anything that happened after you reported this to police that caused you to change your opinion on how many shots he fired?
No.
So you still, as you sit here right now, is it your testimony that he fired either 3 or 4 shots at you?
I mean, I've seen the video, so I understand it was 2 shots now.
That's what I mean. Okay, so as you sit here now, it's your belief he fired 2 shots at you, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But when you initially reported it, you reported it as 3 or 4 shots.
Yeah. Because it sounded like that. We're in like a closed, it's real loud. You know what I'm saying?
You said that what changed your opinion was that you watched a video, correct?
Oh, yeah. The preliminary hearing
Okay.
was the first time I seen the actual, like, the sound of the shots.
Your Honor, would the court take judicial notice that the preliminary hearing was November 8th of 2023?
I don't have the transcript. Does everybody agree that was?
That's right, yes.
Okay. So between the date of this incident, November 6th, 2021 to November 8th, 2023, in those 2 years, you believe that it was 3 or 4 gunshots, correct?
Yes.
And then after you watched the video that had sound, after the preliminary hearing, you changed you understood then that it was 2 gunshots, correct?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, truthfully, I thought it was way more, but I'm going off of the video because mentally I thought I got shot at a lot of times.
Okay. If you can, just clarify for us, when you're referring to something, if it's based on your memory or from watching the video. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask to mark my next exhibit.
17.
showing you what's marked as People's 17. Do you recognize what you see there?
Yeah,
And what is that?
that's my left hand.
And do you know who took this picture?
Probably was off my phone.
This is a picture you took.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know when you took this picture?
Probably the day after or the day, that day,
So you're thinking either November 6th or November 7th?
or 8th. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. Somewhere within a day or two of the actual shooting.
Yeah.
And the red marks that we see on your pointer finger, middle finger, and slightly on your ring finger there, what caused those injuries?
A graze, I believe. Because, like what I said, I felt something hot. And if I was to fall on my hand, I'm not no expert or anything, but if I was to fall on my hand or anything, my knuckles at the top would be messed up and everything else would be messed up. It just was right here.
Okay. So
And
you're
I
saying,
weighed 210 pounds. Probably at that time I weighed 190. So if I'm falling on my weight, my whole knuckle would be damaged on my whole hand.
Your Honor, can I just ask you a response to the question? What's the
Stay,
cause?
yeah, that was a non-response.
when you say grazed, are you talking about grazed from one of the bullets?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on.
It's gonna be a leading objection, but it's getting worse.
What do you mean when you say grazed?
Like, when he shot the first shot, I felt my hand hot because I felt like I got grazed.
By what?
A bullet.
Thank you. After the second shot, so after the shooting, where did you see the defendant go?
I just ran after it. I just grabbed it.
But where did you see the defendant go?
After the shooting or while he was shooting?
After the shooting.
Oh, I seen him leave. Like, I think he just took off.
Okay.
And he ran.
And did he run out of your view? So you lost sight of him?
Yes.
Where, after he took, was he the first one to leave?
I don't know. I don't
Did
know
you
if he was
see
the
at
first
some
one to
point,
leave.
sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Did you see at some point 12 English?
It was 3 years ago. I really don't really remember that. I just remember what happened to me. Like all the small pieces, it's kind of hard to like remember unless I have something physically or I said something around that time to remind me.
Was there a moment after the shooting where it was only you and Ills who were left on that street together?
Probably for like a second. He was still getting up or he was ready to run.
Okay. After Ills went to the ground, what was the next thing that happened?
I think they took off. Like 12 and Rocky took off, and then I'm probably like scanning the area to make sure he's still not there or shooting at me. And then I took off back the same way that I came and went down Hollywood back to the Lowe's.
When you say the same way that you came, are you talking about the same streets that you walked?
Yeah.
Okay. So you would have been headed back towards the W Hotel in that area?
Yeah, correct.
And then did you walk all the way up to Hollywood Boulevard?
Yes, I did.
And from Hollywood Boulevard, did you walk all the way back to the Lowe's?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
In the time after the defendant and 12E ran away, where it's just you and Ills, I know you say it's a second. Was there anything that happened between you and Ills at that time?
No, the only thing Ill said, and I put that on everything on whatever it was, but he said, you literally almost got me killed. And I looked at him and said, what? You came with him. That was the only thing that was said between me and Ills.
So there was a brief conversation?
Real brief.
Did you physically assault him?
No, never hit Ills. Never. And Ills actually has a broken jaw. Like, he cannot get hit in the face. He has like a wired jaw because Rocky's cousin broke his jaw.
Okay.
Don't object as a stricken, unresponsive.
Sustain. And the testimony is straight. Can you read the first couple of words? We'll read the question, please.
Did you physically assault him? The question is, did you physically assault him?
Yeah, that calls for yes or no. Did you physically assault him?
No. Ills? No.
That night, November 6, 2021, did you know of any physical sensitivities that Hills had?
Excuse me?
Yeah, did you know that Hills had suffered an injury before November 6, 2021?
Did I know that his...
Hold on. Whoa.
You can answer.
Did I know he had like a permanent broken jaw?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We go back briefly to the surveillance video. Queued up. Let's stay with this same file, Your Honor.
15, on 15?
Yeah, but the file label combines surveillance video. Briefly. All right. Oops, I'm sorry. I have the video paused at 2 minutes and 47 seconds. If you could watch it, I'll play it. I'm gonna play a couple seconds and then I'll go back and ask you a question, okay?
Yes.
All right, I'm pausing it at 2:54. So let's go back to 2:47. I'll pause it here at 2:48. Do you see the individuals at the, sort of towards the bottom right-hand corner of the screen there?
Yes, I do.
You see the person who's walking in front appears to be wearing a black sweatshirt and the person behind has a red jacket on?
Yes.
Do you recognize who the person in the black sweatshirt is?
Yes, Rocky.
And who's the person in the red jacket?
Jamel.
Again, when you say Jamel,
Well,
that's the person you also refer to as 12, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Right, last person I want to show you on this video, I have it paused at 3 minutes and 51 seconds. You see there's only one person depicted in the video here, kind of in the middle of the screen.
Yes.
Do you recognize who that person is?
Yes, Elijah.
And the same person you've also been referring to as Hills?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. You mentioned that in your testimony just before, that you have watched the surveillance video as part of this case, correct?
That's correct.
At least some of it. Is that
Yes.
correct? Do you know when you first reviewed any surveillance video in this case?
believe the DA called me to identify in a video if that was Rocky in like the first shooting. But I think that was it.
Okay. Did you meet with police officers before you met with any deputy DAs associated with this case?
What do you mean?
Yeah, did you meet with police officers or police detectives before you talked to any prosecutors?
No.
The first person you talked to in this case was a prosecutor?
Oh, no, I talked to the police, I believe. Yeah, the police.
All right. When was the first time that you talked to the police? You don't have to give us a date, but you can say it was.
When I obtained a lawyer and walked into Los Angeles Police Department.
How close in time was that to the shooting?
Well, I hit up a lawyer the same night, but it was late, so he advised me I forgot what it was he advised me of at that time, but then I ended up going back and getting the actual bullets myself
Okay, hold on.
and taking pictures of the cameras.
How many, I guess my question is, are you talking about you went to the police within minutes, hours, days, weeks, months? Can you give us just a time period?
No, so I had to wait for the lawyer, and then I sent them everything that I like, the text messages, everything.
You're not answering my question.
Oh,
Give us just a time period. Don't tell me what you did, just say it was within hours, minutes, days, months. How soon after this?
did I go to the police station?
Yes.
The next day.
Okay. Did this incident happened late at night on November 6th, correct?
I would have to see.
Well, it was dark out.
Yeah, I know it was late, but I don't, like I said, it was 3 years ago. I don't remember the dates, and I don't remember streets at this point. I just remember what happened.
That's fair. But when you say the next day, is it possible that instead of being on the 7th, it was on the 8th that you went to the police department?
Yeah, so pretty much I was just waiting for the lawyer to respond back. So I had my business partner.
It's not responsible.
Okay.
Can we get a grounds for when he makes
It's
a
not responsible.
Could we have the defense state grounds instead of his objection when they just
Wasn't
said,
responsible.
I'm just asking the future.
Like I said, did you say not
You
responsible?
just said objection.
Just objection, I thought it was pretty obvious that it was not
Can we just ask in the future that he,
If you decide has to object, just say objection and the legal basis.
thank you.
Okay. So the first time you reported this to the police, you say was within a day, either November 7th or November 8th of the shooting, correct?
Yeah, so pretty much I just wanted to wait for my lawyer.
That's just a yes or no, please.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, when you reported this to the police, how did you do that? Did you call 911? Did you call the station? Did you go to the station?
No, we just walked in.
Oh, do you remember which police station you walked into?
I think it was Hollywood or like, I know it was, Hollywood police station. I don't really remember.
And was there a police officer at the front desk that you talked to?
Yes.
And did you tell that police officer essentially what had happened during this incident?
I did.
After you talked to that police officer, did you talk to another police officer from that same station after him?
I don't remember.
Okay. Ultimately, did you meet
I
with
talked with so many people, like the lawyers, like with everything. It was just, I don't remember.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to unpack here now.
Okay.
So you talked to a police officer at the station. Did you then talk to a detective?
I think a detective came out because once I handed him the bullets, I think and he seen the lawyer I was with, I think that's when he took it serious and like had somebody come out, and I think I remember clearly.
Did you later talk to another set of detectives after that first detective that you talked to?
Man, they called me so many times, I don't even remember.
Is it fair to say you talked to a number of people about this incident from the
Yeah.
police department?
Yes.
Okay. Did all of those conversations that you're talking about so far occur before you watched the surveillance video in this case?
Yeah, it happened before I watched it.
So had you seen the surveillance video when you walked into the Hollywood police station to talk to the officer at the desk?
No, I didn't see no video.
When the detective from the Hollywood station called you, had you seen the video at that point?
I think they called me into LA, I forgot when, to identify. I think it was like, seriously, like 8 months later or 7 months, I don't remember, it was a long time.
So was it police officers that showed you the video for the first time?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. But had you already told what had happened before watching the video?
Yeah, yes.
As you sit here right now, do you remember the date that you first saw the video?
No.
And the video that you watched first, do you remember what was in the video that you watched?
It was the one of Rocky coming up to me and brandishing the gun, like where we had like the first initial, like when we see each other.
Outside of the parking garage?
From the, yeah, up front of the parking garage, across from the W.
Okay.
And I think they showed me, the other one too of the parking lot. It was so long ago. I was just happy that they had the footage of him on the gun at that time. I was just like, I think that's enough.
So when you say the other one, are you talking about the sort of blurry distance one that we just went over?
Yeah, yes.
Did they, if you remember, did you see any other videos?
I don't think so. They didn't show me a lot.
Did they show you the video that I played at the end there of the defendant and 12E walking up the street?
No, they didn't show me none of that.
Okay.
I think they only showed me 2 videos, which was Rocky with the gun and then the actual like shooting taking place. Everything else they didn't show me. I found out during preliminary hearing,
So,
I believe.
yeah, and I don't want to jump yet to the preliminary hearing, but the first time you watched the video, did you see any video that had audio on it or attached to it?
Only one, but that was the shooting, but you couldn't see anything.
When the police showed you the video, did they play the one for you that has audio?
Oh, no.
Okay. You said the first time you saw that one was at the preliminary hearing, correct?
Yeah, correct.
After this incident, so after November 6th, when was the next time that you saw Elijah?
After the incident,
Yes.
I haven't seen Elijah since
In person?
in person.
Now, if there's an allegation that Elijah suffered an injury because of this, was there anything that you saw that that you could speak to what Elijah looked like after this incident?
You said that again?
Yes, if there's an allegation that Ills suffered an injury because of this incident, did you have any opportunity to see Ills' face after this incident?
Actually, I did because one of them posted a video and I took a snapshot of them all eating. They went out to eat the next day after the shooting.
Okay, and where did you see that video?
It was on, I forget whose story mode, but it was one of them, but it was like burritos. He even had his girlfriend there and a bunch of people eating. And he was toasting. And I just figured I'd take a snapshot.
And could you see Ills in that video?
Oh yeah, you can.
And you took a photograph of that?
I did.
Mark my next.
18.
This is Can you see that?
Yeah, okay. Yes, I can.
Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes,
And is this the screenshot that you're talking about that you took?
it is.
And the video you watched was on November 8th, correct?
I don't really remember, I gotta see, but yes.
Okay. But
I'm
you're
not taking it
saying,
off my phone, you can see it.
are you saying you don't remember the specific date, but you know it was within a day or?
Oh, I knew it was the next day.
The next day?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you see ills in this still photograph?
Yeah, it was just right to the, I believe.
Can you
that
point
was-
to him?
It was him right here.
Okay, so I would say it's the only face that we can see on the far left of the photograph to the, stand next to the person in the red jacket who's standing there. Who's the person in the red jacket?
That's Rakim.
Okay. And when you, the video you actually saw of this, it was longer than just this one photograph, right?
Yeah, they was toasting.
And in the video, could you see more of Ills' face?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Did you see any injury on Ills' face in that video?
No.
Okay. Now, I know we've kind of jumped around a little, so I want to go back to the day of the shooting. After the two shots that we heard, the defendant and 12E ran away, you said you and Ills separated, correct?
Yeah.
And you walked the same path that you had taken up the street past the W down Hollywood, correct?
Yeah, back to the Lowe's.
Okay. What at that point was your reaction to what had just happened? How were you feeling?
Shit. I felt betrayed, I felt hurt, I felt like, that's why I was texting, I wanted to see where he was at with this situation. I felt like he was just denying it, like just acting like shit didn't happen. So it was hard for me to like even trust him or anybody around him at that point.
When
So I
you
started
say-
calling like lawyers, I had my business partner.
Let me stop you. When you say he and him, are you talking about the defendant?
Yes.
Okay. Where did you, well, I think you already said, you went back to the Lowe's, correct?
Yeah, I went back to the Lowe's to get my girlfriend for 1 second.
Okay.
But I walked there, I walked to the Lowe's, and then I ended up getting my girlfriend.
And
I went back
after,
and got the bullets.
so after you met up with your girlfriend, where did you go?
We drove back to the same spot. So
To-
that was within like an hour or 45 minutes. You could timestamp it and see how long it took me to get back there. But it wasn't hard for me to find the bullets because I knew exactly where I got shot at.
Okay, we stopped you. So you and your girlfriend are together, you're driving, you said we went back there. Where do you mean when you say there?
To the incident.
Where the shooting happened or where at the parking garage?
The shooting.
Okay, that street corner?
Yes.
And I believe in your answer you said that, and this is your approximation, that it was about 45 minutes to an hour after the shooting that you went back?
Yes, correct.
Do you remember the exact time?
Probably, I've seen it recently on my phone, but it had to be like 10:40 something or maybe like 11:40 something. So that gives you like an hour from the time that the incident happened. And I took a picture of, the bullet. So I remember, I think you'd have to show me the time or something. That's how I remember. But first I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts to get a pen and a brown paper bag. And then I went over there in hopes to find whatever I could find, whether it was cameras, anything, you know what I mean? Because I took pictures of cameras and everything. And then so happens I find the bullets. So I take a picture of them before I scoop it up with a pen and then put it in the brown bag.
We're gonna take a break now. Stretch your legs. council present. Mr. Ephron is on the stand, and Mr. Zillman, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Right before we broke, the corner where this incident happened, you had your girlfriend with you, and you personally went back to look for evidence at the crime scene. You follow me so far?
Yes.
And you said that while you were at the corner, you found some fired cartridge cases or evidence that was at the street, correct?
That's correct.
And when I asked you if you remembered specifically what time you went back to the location where this happened, you referenced that you took photographs and there was a timestamp in your phone. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask to mark my next exhibit.
19.
I'm going to actually staple the 2 pages together, Your Honor, so if we can do 19A and 19B.
Uh, 18 was what?
It was a-
Oh, the shot of the restaurant? All right, 19A and B.
Mr. Ephron, I'm going to, let me actually approach. 19A has some small photographs on it. I'm going to hand the document to you before I put it up there, but take a look at that and tell me if specifically if you recognize the 4 photographs that you see small pictures of on this exhibit.
Yes.
And what are those?
Those pictures are too.
Of,
Showcasing, I believe.
and were those pictures that you took at the scene when you went back?
Yes, it is.
Do you see in the column right next to that, under the line where it says created, there's a date of 11/6/21, and then on the topmost one it says 11:45 and 24 seconds PM, correct?
Correct.
Does that match the time that you went back to the location where this incident happened?
Yeah, within an hour.
And would that be the time that you specifically took the photograph?
Yes.
Same time you were referring to in your phone, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm gonna display this now so everyone knows what we're talking about. Did you take multiple photographs while you were at that location?
I did.
Okay. And Your Honor, I'm gonna just display the page in its entirety first, and then zoom in on the topmost row. The photograph to the far right here, is that one of the photographs you took of the cartridge cases?
It is.
And then the date and time created is in the next column over, correct?
Yes.
All right. And then going down the row, the second photograph would have been created November 6/21 at 11:45:49, so just a few seconds after the first one.
That's correct.
The third one at 11:47:56, correct?
Yes.
And the fourth one on this page, 11:48:01, correct?
Yes.
Now, and I can show them, approach if you need me to show them to you closer, but would you agree that the first 2 photographs appear to be of the same cartridge case?
It is.
So even though there's 2 photographs, those photographs are taking pictures of the same individual thing?
Exactly.
Okay. And then the bottom 2 photographs, is that, are you taking a photograph of a second cartridge case?
I am.
Okay, so even though there's 4 photographs, these are only of 2 cartridge cases at the scene, correct?
Yes.
And were these photographs that you took before you picked up those items?
Yes.
Was, so these would have been in place at the time?
It was in place, never touched.
Okay. I'm gonna put up people's 19B. Do you recognize that, Mr. Ephron?
I do.
And is that one of the photographs that you took?
It is.
In total, while you were at that scene after you went back, how many cartridge cases did you find and collect?
2.
Did you find any more than 2 that you did not collect?
No.
Okay. Trying to pull up the computer in order, but for some reason it's not recognizing something was plugged in. Okay, there we go. Your Honor, I'm going to display from the same exhibit, Eagles 15, the thumb drive. On the actual drive itself, there's a folder labeled 1616 Vista Del Mar. And contained within that are 2 files. The bottom file starts with magic-QX and ends in the number 2000. That's the file that I have pulled up on screen here. And Mr. Ephron, can you see that?
Yeah.
This would be the same camera that we've seen before, correct, of that location?
Yes.
And it's very small here, but in the bottom I have it paused at 230957. I'm gonna play it forward a little, and I'm gonna ask you a few questions. If I can see any of these controls. I'm gonna ask you to focus your attention on that same street corner that we were discussing before. Can you see what looks like an individual person walking just off the curb now into the street?
Yeah, that's me.
Keep your voice up.
Yeah, that's me.
Are you sure that that's you?
Yeah, I'm sure.
How is it that you are sure?
Because we can go back to when I took the stamps and see, like, you know what I mean?
Okay. So that's,
You just have, well, can you just do some time on that, please?
yes. See, I paused it again. So right now it's at 23:10:31, which would be 11:10:31.
11, well,
11:10:31. And you said you were there 11:45:24, correct, Mr. Ephron?
Yeah.
So this would be half an hour before you said you got there, correct?
Half an hour before.
If this is 11:10 and you said you got there
Judge.
at 11:45,
Hold on.
Objection. Just one.
Can we have,
Yes.
what's the lead?
She's on witness. One statement.
Say what now? Say that again?
Yes, that video
Mm-hmm.
shows that person there at 11:10 p.m. and you're saying you returned at 11:45. That was what you said when you said refer to the timestamps on the pictures, correct?
What time did the incident happen again?
The incident happened at 10:17 p.m.
10:17. What time was this?
Encroach again. It might be easier for you to see than me, but it's saying 11:10 p.m.
Yeah, so that's correct.
Right.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, I mean, can you make out the person that you see in that video?
Objection, Judge.
He's already answered.
Your Honor.
No speaking objections.
I'm asking
No
for grounds.
speaking objections. Asked and answered.
Your Honor,
Yes?
I would just ask.
Yes.
I would just ask that counsel, the court has ordered that counsel state grounds. When he simply says objection,
I know what he's gonna say. All right, I'll wait till he states the legal grounds. I'll wait till you state the legal
please,
grounds.
thank you, Your Honor.
But I know what the legal grounds are, but as soon as he says objection,
Asked and answered.
ask me. He already said that was.
Your Honor, I believe we are allowed to clarify.
Mr. Lord? No. Go ahead.
Would you agree that the person in that video, what color clothing items do you see that person wearing in the video?
Like again? A white shirt and I think like pants
Okay.
or sweater.
And you previously said you were wearing a dark colored top, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
Yes.
But you're saying the person in this video is wearing a light colored top, correct?
All I know, I went back and found the bullets. I don't know who that is or what time, or I know I came back within an hour. I'm confused on what this is right here.
Okay. When you went back to your hotel, did you change your clothing?
I don't really remember. It was so long ago, but probably, I don't know.
You also said when you went back to the scene, you were with your girlfriend, correct?
Yeah.
Did you see a second person in the video here?
No, but you gotta keep playing it.
You continue to play. All right, they're asking me to wait because fixing the computers.
Check it all out, find out what the problem is.
All right.
Mr. Ephron, did you have an opportunity to watch this video? And sorry, I can take that if it's distracting, the timestamp with the photographs. Did you have a chance to watch this video when you testified at the preliminary hearing?
I did.
When you testified at the preliminary hearing, did you say that's,
Or grounds.
Stop.
Nice finish.
What's the objection?
This regarding the impeachment, which is not
Whoa,
been
whoa, whoa.
done.
There's nothing wrong with impeaching parties on witness.
Your Honor, can we strike the word impeachment? That's not a legal objection, and he's now describing what we're doing, which is incorrect.
attorney is entitled to contradict what a witness previously said.
Did you previously testify at the hearing? That's not me.
What are you going to read from?
The preliminary hearing transcript.
What page?
127.
What line?
Right now, I'm at line 13.
Hold on. I don't have a transcript. I think I can get one.
And we need to get our. We may have an extra copy.
Alex is going to get all of that.
Yeah, while Alex is getting that, can you approach me?
While he's doing that, Connor, I'm gonna, just for the sake of time, I'm gonna play the video forward and then I'll come back to the line of question once you have the transcript. 127. Okay, Mr. Ephron, I just, sorry, my eyes are just not that good. I cannot see the time. It's so small. So it's stopped right now at 23:10:31. So it would be 11:10:31. I'm gonna play it forward. And I'll read the time off where we stopped. Keep your eye on that person if you would, Mr. Ephron.
That's not me, I don't walk like that.
Hold on, there's no question.
No question.
Hold on. All right. I'm gonna stop it there. I think that's good. Let me just read off the time. You know what we played. So it's now at 23:11:39. So 11:11:39. Did you have an opportunity to watch that person that was depicted on the video during that period of time the video was played?
Yes.
And did you see any other people with that individual?
No.
I'd like to go into the transcript, Your Honor, but
Can you bring me the page?
yes.
Let me just take a look at it before you.
Page
120, page 127,
I'm
line
sorry.
13.
Line 13. And it's gonna go into 128.
All right, so let me just take a look. Over to where on?
Where's my tablets? At least to line 6, Your Honor.
All right, this is inconsistent with his trial testimony, so it's fair game. Go ahead.
Well, can we approach her? I just don't want to speak in objection, so that's all I'm trying to.
You can, the part that you wanted to read is inconsistent with today what Mr. Ephron has testified to. You're entitled to bring out prior statements that are different than in court, in trial statements. So go ahead.
I'm not disputing that, Your Honor. Yes. I want to say.
See you.
Is there something else I need to see? No. All right, go ahead.
So, Mr. Ephron, when you testified previously, you were shown that video, correct?
Yes.
Did you say, "That's not me"?
I believe so, it was a long time ago.
Do you want to refer to the transcript?
But I remember, I needed to jog my memory. It's the first time I'm seeing it. Once I looked at the video, I noticed that's not me.
Okay.
I don't walk like that, I don't move like that. That look like a homeless person or something.
Did you also in fact say, I don't even walk like that?
When before?
Yes, when you.
Oh, I just had to
testified
look just now and notice again, but yeah, I don't walk like that.
Okay. My question is, when you testified previously, you said, I don't even walk like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you also previously testify that when you went back, quote, I probably had the same hoodie on, that looks like a gray hoodie?
Sounds familiar. How long ago did I say that?
Is that what you said previously? Meaning, you said previously that you were wearing the same hoodie, correct?
From that day? What do you mean?
I mean, okay.
I don't really, it was so long ago.
You told us that when this incident happened, you were wearing this hoodie.
Right.
When you went back to your hotel and then came back to find the fired cartridge cases, you previously testified you were wearing the same hoodie, correct?
Yeah, so if I touch-
And answer your honor.
All right, Alex was giving me the, could you read the question?
Yes, sir. Question, when you went back to your hotel and then came back to find the fired cartridge cases, you previously testified you were wearing the same hoodie, correct? Answer, yes.
And when you watched the video, you commented that the person seen in that video was wearing a gray hoodie, or what you meant was a different color hoodie from the one that you were wearing that night, correct?
Correct.
And that testimony that we're referring to, or say you said that previously, that was on November 8th of 2023, correct? At a completely different hearing?
That was a preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
The court previously taken judicial notice of the date.
Yeah, the preliminary hearing occurred over 2 days. The first day was November 8th of '23. The second day was November 20th of 23.
Thank you, Your Honor.
As you sit here right now, do you have any recollection of how long it took you to find these fired cartridge cases after you went back to the scene?
Probably took me no longer than 2-3 minutes.
In your view, was it a quick, short period of time?
Yes.
You talked yesterday about some of the reasons why you would not have physically attacked the defendant that day, correct?
In general.
You talked about, in general, the consequences that you feared that would come to your career in the music business. Remember that?
Yes.
Those were consequences that you feared would possibly happen if you got into an altercation with him. Have you, since this incident, suffered any actual consequences to your career?
Oh, of course.
Can you explain that to the jury?
I mean, it's been a living hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, death threats. There's people labeling me a snitch for saying something that happened. My social media, everything that I'm doing as far as social media, I don't have a presence there no more.
You said you were working in the music industry managing Oh, yeah.
And then like my artists turned on me, my producers, they all turned on me because of the decision I made. They felt like, okay, this is gonna be like, I can't back them up no more. I can't support them with what I'm doing, going to the police. They didn't want nothing to do with me no more.
When you say they turned on you, what does that mean?
Like they unfollowed me, wrote shit about me, like some of them, other ones just like understood.
We're not making that relevant suggestions.
Are you still working with any of those individuals?
No, nobody.
So that would include artists or musicians that you were working with, correct?
Yes.
Would also include producers that you worked with, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
You don't have any of those people that you're managing anymore, correct?
Nobody.
You said that prior to this incident, you had meetings with different executives from record labels, correct?
Yeah.
Do you still have meetings with record labels?
No, they all unfollowed me, damn near all of them.
Do any of them contact you anymore?
No.
You said you had your own management business called Shut Eye, correct?
That's correct.
Is that still a business?
No. I actually cut ties with all my artists and gave them their royalties. Like I didn't even get no back rent. I didn't
Stop.
Is it fair to say that your entire career in the music business is now no longer, does not exist anymore?
in that field of overall music, fashion, just the culture. It's done.
All of it.
Done.
And how soon after the shooting did that happen?
I mean, nobody really knew it was me until Jabari posted a picture of me. So then once that happened, it was over.
Okay. Was that,
That doesn't answer your question.
yeah, was that picture specifically in some way relating back to this shooting?
Yes.
How so?
Because he wrote on one of my pictures, this rat ass nigga snitched on my brother, or snitched on my bro, or whatever.
And after that, your career basically ended.
Oh yeah.
After the shooting, you already said you contacted an attorney, correct?
I did.
Did you ultimately, through your attorney, file a civil lawsuit?
I did.
And is the defendant one of the people that you're suing in that lawsuit?
Yes, him and his lawyer.
Okay. When you say his lawyer, who are you talking about?
Joe Tacopino?
Is he seated at the table here today?
He is.
And why was it that his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct?
No, but I got defamation lawsuit against him.
Your Honor, they're opening the door here.
I didn't, well, can you read the question back and the answer?
Why was it that his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct? Answer no, but I have a defamation lawsuit against him.
The question is, why was the attorney not at the shooting?
No.
It definitely was not.
Why was it that,
Ah.
dashes, his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct?
Why was he
Call
sued?
for yes or no.
No.
Mr. Tacopino was not at the shooting, correct?
No.
That's another question.
since, well, when you came to that preliminary hearing that we talked about before, did Mr. Takapina ask you questions at that hearing?
He did.
Can you give us an approximate of how long that, how long he was able to ask you questions?
I don't recall, I don't remember. It's like a day, half a day, I don't really remember.
Okay. More than an hour?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And did you answer the questions that he asked you?
I did.
After that day, has Mr. Takapina asked you to, essentially, if you'll sit down for an interview with him?
No.
Did he ask you, or sorry, he did not ask you directly, but were you asked by the judge if you would agree to an interview with Mr. Takapina since that day of the preliminary hearing?
Yeah, I was.
When did that happen?
Yesterday.
And what was your answer?
I declined
Why did you decline to talk to him?
because I spoke to him already.
One second, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm gonna mark my next exhibit on
20.
Do you have a friend, first name is Justin?
That's my business partner.
Is he a close friend of yours?
He is.
Someone that you've done business with?
Yes.
After this shooting, did you exchange text messages with Justin?
I did.
And did you send him any messages specifically related to the shooting?
Not really. I don't know if it would you call that relating or. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Tell me, I'm gonna display what I previously marked as People's Exhibit 20. Do you recognize what we see here?
Yeah, so I said I want to get this nigga's money.
All right, when you wrote that line, who are you referring to?
I'm referring to Rocky.
And again, was this text message sent after the shooting?
Yes, it was after.
Now, can you see Justin responds to your text, correct?
Yeah, he's a sarcastic person, so he said he's probably trying to get you to perform at conference time.
So when you received that, you didn't receive that as a serious comment that he was making?
No, because he always makes like weird side jokes.
Okay. And what was your response to him after that?
He shot me.
And when you say he shot me, who are you referring to?
To Rocky.
Objection, he didn't say he shot me, he said he shot at me.
Sorry, I apologize, I didn't read that correctly. When you said he shot at me, who are you referring to when you say he?
Rocky. Rocky.
Is there a approximate date and time when that text was sent? Or is there a
Same
way-
day.
Is there a way to determine?
There is. Give me just 1 second. Do you remember the date and time?
It had to be the 7th.
I don't have it printed. I can definitely pull it up on my computer. Okay, we'll find the date and time and then we'll enter a stipulation. That works good. Sure. Okay. I'm gonna mark my next exhibit, Your Honor, 21. It is a 10-page document.
Texts?
Text messages, yes. Before I display, I'm gonna approach and ask him to review himself. Now, there's some information redacted on here, Mr. Ephron, but do you recognize who the text messages in this thread are between?
Me and Rocky.
Okay. And
Okay, I didn't hear.
Me and Rocky.
the date that these text messages start, would you agree it's November 6, 21 at about 9:34 p.m.?
That's correct.
Okay. And if you need to refer to context, let me know. But there's two colors of text bubbles. There's blue and there's green. Do you know which one is you and which one is
I'm green, he's blue.
So the defendant's blue and you're green?
Is that yes?
Yes,
And that first message, November 6/21 at 9:34 p.m., that would be before the shooting, correct?
that's correct.
Now I'm going to go all the way to the last page, page 10, and show you the very last message on this thread is marked at November 7/21 at 12:46 a.m. Would you agree that is after the shooting?
That's correct.
Okay. Now you said he is blue and you are green, correct?
Yes.
Let's go through this first page. First text message, what was the content of the text message that you received?
Where you at? Question mark.
And then the second text message that you received.
Let's get to it.
All right. The third text message,
Stop ducking my calls.
and that one was read by you at 9:35, or sorry, 9:39 and 22 seconds p.m.
Correct.
Did you then responded to that message, correct?
Yeah, but we spoke because I answered his FaceTime call.
That's okay. I'm
I
just
lied.
going.
It's not about lying, but I didn't want to tell him exactly where I was at, so I said Trader Joe's.
That's fine. So, and I'm sure there are other messages you exchanged with other people, but I'm just asking you to focus on this,
Okay.
this thread. Your next response to him at 10:08:31 was, "I'm in front of Trader Joe's, drop location."
Correct.
Okay.
For the record, that was PM.
My fault. Okay. Going to the third page, the top of the page, the first message. I know it's a small photograph, but can you tell just from that small photograph what that's a picture of?
That's the showcase now I found.
And is this you sending him a picture of the shell casing after the shooting?
That's correct.
And how soon after you took the picture did you send it to him?
I don't know, within minutes or if right there, I don't really remember.
Okay. You took the picture at 11:45 and then sent it at 11:58. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, that's correct.
But you sent it to him that same night, correct?
I did.
And this, again, this is after the shooting.
That's after the shooting.
And then your next message to him?
You trying to kill me. You trying killing me.
And now we've moved into the next day, November 7th, but just past midnight, so 12 o'clock and 55 seconds in the morning, correct?
That's correct.
And then you said to him, the next message?
You should have killed me.
And then your next message to him after that one?
I sent him a text message of his call to me, his text message to me, letting him know that, so when I said you should have killed me, I was meaning I'm about to be the biggest, like I'm about to do what I need to do.
You were showing him the prior text message where he said, "Where are you at? Let's get to it." Stop
I
that.
was pretty much showing
Wait,
him.
both can't talk at the same time. Go ahead and ask the question again.
Yes, you had taken a screenshot of the text messages where he said, where are you at? Let's get to it. Stop ducking my calls." And that's what you sent to him?
I did.
Okay. And that's at 12:12 a.m., correct?
That's correct.
but the answer is gonna be that the question is over. Can you wait all the way until you hear the lawyers finish their question, because the court reporter can't get you both at the same time?
Okay. Now, would you agree that up until that point in the text thread, he has not responded to your messages, correct?
I'll have to see my phone.
So, what I'm saying is, you said after the shooting, you texted him the cartridge
Okay,
case,
yes.
and you sent him 3 other messages. To that point, he never responded to any of them, correct?
Correct.
But after you sent him the picture of your conversation, he responded, correct?
Yes.
And what was the first message that he sent to you?
Bro, what the fuck is you talking about?
Voice
Why? Bro, what the fuck is you talking about? Why you telling people I shot at you?
And then he questioned or added a question mark to the message that you had sent to him previously, saying you tried killing me.
Yeah, you put a question mark on it.
What did that mean to you when someone puts a question mark on your text?
I can't tell you what he meant by that.
No, how did you receive it?
I received it like he was not owning up to the fact. Like, I just wanted to see if he was gonna own up to like what he was doing.
Okay. And then you sent him a response, correct?
Yeah, of my hand.
What were you showing him on your hand?
The graves.
The same injuries that we displayed before?
Yes.
And then
That was in Eagle 17.
Equal 17, yes. And then his next message to you was to attach a question mark to your text of you should have killed me, correct?
That's correct.
Did you receive that the same way? Like you said, in your words, he wasn't owning up to it?
Yeah, he was in denial still.
Okay. Top of the next page. What did you text him after that?
I said I did love the dumbass.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I love him. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't expect this to happen.
Sorry, I couldn't hear someone cough.
I did not expect this to happen, so I was just telling him I had love for you.
Meaning before the shooting, you loved
Yeah,
him.
before it.
Okay. Can you read your next message to him?
I said, y'all niggas try to set me up and take me with my daughter.
Did he respond to that message?
He did.
What did he say?
I try to do what? Nigga, I know you hate me. I hate you too.
Top of the 8th page. What did he say?
Stop making shit up, bro.
All right. And how did you respond to that?
I got bid.
Okay. At that point, what did you mean when you said, I got bid?
I got video.
What video were you referring to?
So, I was thinking the actual, like, around, I probably was texting him after I got the bullets or something like that. I don't really remember, but when I said that, I probably was already back at my hotel and I already took pictures of every location we was at.
Okay, you said when you went back to take pictures of the actual cartridge cases, there were other things you were taking pictures of as well, correct?
Yeah.
What other things were you taking pictures
Any cameras I seen around?
of? On businesses?
Yeah.
And had you, up to the point that you sent this text, so we're now at 12:40 on November 7th, did you watch video from any of those locations?
No, I couldn't.
Did you have access to any of those cameras?
No, I went to one building, they told me I needed a subpoena.
Okay, so they specifically refused to let you watch it?
They wouldn't even acknowledge the fact that I wanted the video. They was like, you would need a subpoena.
So
I think I went with the lawyer that I had, and he told him that.
the point being though, when you sent that text message, at that moment, you had not seen any video related to this
I
case.
haven't seen anything.
Were you only referring to the fact that you know there were cameras around it?
Yeah, so I want to reserve before it gets too late on what happened, because I didn't go to the police right away.
But I'm asking, what are you communicating to him with that text message?
Oh, I'm letting him know that I have evidence, like, you're not getting away from this.
Why is it that you felt like you had to tell him you had evidence?
Because he shot at me, he wasn't acknowledging the fact that he shot at me.
Was he denying that the whole incident took place? Is that how you received it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to break it in 2 minutes.
I'm just want to finish with this and I'll be done here. Okay? You, after that text message about the video, what did you text him?
See you soon, bud.
Then your next message?
I meant to say probably stop texting me, you lost it.
Okay. But what you actually sent him was
Text everything, you lost it.
All right. And then your next text,
Just stop texting me.
and then how did he reply to that?
Love me but talk shit about me, shit on me, let me get cut, which I don't know how the fuck I let this man get cut, and it still ain't cut you off. We never had.
Wait, Mr. Ephron, can you just read the text and I can ask you what you.
Nigga, you've been a op. You don't love me because we don't do business, so it is what it is.
Okay. When he said that you talk shit about him, what did you take that to
I never talk shit about him. If anything, I'm just voicing my opinion on why shit is not working.
be? Okay. Did you know what he was referring to when he said, let me get cut?
Oh yeah, I was there that day, but I had nothing to do with him getting cut.
You didn't personally do anything to him, correct?
No.
All right. And then when he says you've been an op, what does that mean?
That was the first time I ever heard I was an op from him.
What's an
So
op?
it was new. Like an opposition, maybe somebody you don't fuck with. Mind you, I told this dude many times, if you don't fuck with me, just let me know.
Okay. And then, get the rest, and then the last text message that he sent to you.
Now you're trying to extort niggas talking about I shot at you and he shot you 4 times and all type of nonsense. You a phony, you don't have my best intentions, stop
It
texting.
doesn't say mine.
Where?
You
You
don't
don't-
have the best intention.
Oh yeah, you don't have the best intentions. Stop texting me and stop calling my manager and call the police if I shot at you, you weirdo. So after that, that's when I was like, okay.
Hold on.
How did you receive that text message?
Oh, it was no more trying after that. I was gonna do, like, he literally told me to go to the police.
But did you receive that as him denying that this incident ever took place?
Oh, yeah.
In anywhere in the text messages he sent you, did he refer to an allegation that he used a prop gun
No, never.
or a starter pistol?
No.
When he says stop texting me and stop calling my manager, what is he? Do you know what he's referring to when he says stop calling my manager?
So he had a manager, John, that I was cool with, and when he did that, I sent everything I sent him, I sent to John. And John was like, pretty much like, whoa, let me see what's going on.
Okay, but that's what you thought he was referring to, was the fact that you were in communication with his manager.
With his manager, yeah.
Okay. You had a concern about what would happen if you ever challenged the defendant. Have those concerns been realized in your life?
Objection.
What do you mean by that?
Hold on. Just a minute. About how much longer do you have?
That's it, Your Honor, that's my last question.
So you feel you'll be finished with direct examination?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and ask the question.
Yes. You've told us about all these fears you had about what would happen to you, what would happen to your career, your life, if you challenged the defendant. What happened? Have those fears actually been realized since this incident?
Yeah, for sure.
Those consequences have happened to you, correct?